So, hello everyone. We're gonna start just to be on time. So, my name is Samuel Oper. I am the head of IoT practice at EDAT. Today we're gonna talk about the future of the passenger transportation, and for an introduction, I will provide you an overview of the autonomous car market development. So, autonomous cars is not a recent topic. Even in some sci-fi movies, futuristic cars were illustrated by flying cars with drivers. So definitely is not a recent topic. And to be honest, self-driving cars is a trending topic just for the last 5-6 years. And the bulk of, let's say, partnerships, innovation and acquisitions, just only the bulk happened last year. If we look at the car design evolution, again, it's not very recent. If you look at, let's say, 1950 car, we see that the evolution has been very steady. The shape is similar. The number of wheels is similar. The number of doors is quite similar as well, and the size as well. But if we look at the interior design, we see a huge evolution for the last 15 years. And for the last 15 years, we see the massive use of electronics. And today, mechanics and electronics are becoming more and more technology split. And at the end, a user is allowed to download an app over the air to transform his current car into an autonomous car, which is quite brilliant now. So, according to the main OEMs, autonomous cars should be on roads by 2021. And of course, there are many drivers to supply this introduction and this autonomous car adoption. The first one, the top one driver is safety. Today, over 90% of the accidents are human-based. Of course, technology integration takes time, but has a long-term impact on fatalities decrease on the road. The second driver is the urbanization rate. According to the United Nations organization, almost 70% of the world population will live in a urban city by 2050, which is, let's say, double of the figure in 1950, so 100 years before. The urbanization rate and the introduction of autonomous cars, especially thanks to platooning and better driving pattern, will have a strong impact on traffic jam and energy pollution reductions. The final driver is the numerous opportunities provided by this introduction on the ecosystem. It could be as well a game changer. The equipment vendors like Valeo or Continental or Faurecia, for instance, are currently building some vehicles, which is new. OEMs are accelerating their servicization strategy, which allow them to generate additional revenue, especially with mobility services, and potentially to increase their margins. So legacy service providers will see fiercer competition, and we will have the opportunity to welcome on stage Mrs. Parrow from Europcar, which will tell us how a rental car company see some benefits with this introduction of these innovations. Of course, there are many challenges as well towards the autonomous cars introduction. The first one is cultural, because, and maybe it's paradox, the majority of the population is not willing to ride a driverless vehicle. And the main reason is the safety concerns, and it's a paradox. The other challenge is financial, because the self-driving cars are supposed to be more expensive, especially in terms of capex, because they will have to handle massive, very expensive material and hardware technologies, but also in OPEX, because they will need to handle connectivity cost, because autonomous cars will be connected by design, and the autonomous car should be and will be connected with its environment, and this obviously requires a costly infrastructure. And the main interrogation here is who will pay this infrastructure? The other challenge is technical, because technology will arrive. Today we are talking about 5G. 5G is on everyone's lips, especially in this vertical market. There is a specific association in automotive for that. As the autonomous car will be connected, security breach is also a key issue here. And because this introduction will be progressive, autonomous car will need to manage legacy cars, I mean non-autonomous cars, which also could be a key barrier. And the final challenge is legal. Today, the Vienna Convention, which rules in the automotive industry, specifies that all the drivers need to have their hands on the steering wheel. So even a full automated car on road timeline is still not defined. So as a conclusion, mass adoption for automated car will be a long road, because today only the driver is really connected. Connected car services are developing, but very slow. So autonomous car is a fascinating topic, but it raises numerous interrogations that I'm pretty sure we will try to address this afternoon. Thank you very much for your attention. And just by the way, there is a specific and dedicated report on autonomous cars published by the end of this year by IDAT. Thank you very much for your time.